Coach, it's been six.
Sorry.
Go ahead. Coach, it's been 6 years since USF went to back-to-back bowl games. You accomplished that in your first 2 years. I don't know if you'd call it mission accomplished, but it's mission progressing positively.
Yeah, I think, haven't had a whole lot of time to reflect on much of anything. This is probably as crazy of a time as it's ever been in college football, to be honest with you. But our win total right now is the same as it was a year ago. So are we getting better? It's like on paper, you'd say, man, we're exactly where we were a year ago. I think as I look at it, and I haven't had time to sit down, nor have I taken the time to sit down and say, man, here's where we are, here's where we gotta go. Obviously, we gotta win more football games. But I think as you look at the culture in our locker room, as you look at what everybody's fighting around the country to build culture, to build team, to build trust, to build a brotherhood, I think we are so much further ahead than we were a year ago. Does it show on the record? It obviously doesn't. I'm about as disappointed as anybody with how it ended, the regular season. We're a much closer team. We are a team that's continuing to get better. We're getting bigger, we're getting stronger. These young guys are getting older. I'm truly encouraged by where we are and where we're going, but we have a lot of work to do to take this step. And I think as I've talked to our staff, we're not far off, but whatever that distance is from where we are to playing for a championship, that last step is incredibly hard. And I've done this long enough, and I've been in enough places where we've taken that last step, that as we sit down and figure out what exactly it is that it's going to take to make that last step to, I watched the conference championship game last Friday, and as sick to my stomach as I was that we're not playing, you watch it and you're like, man, like this last step for us to be able to play that Friday night is the hardest step. As hard as the last 2 years have been, and as hard as it's been to build a roster through a majority high school guys, as you build and develop these guys and you continue to recruit and fill holes where you feel like you got to be really competitive to get to this, whatever the ending point is. And the ending point is to play for a title. And the ending point is to have a chance to go play in the playoff. I think this last step is going to be huge. And a lot of that is not even personnel. And it's a true belief in that when you walk into that arena every Saturday that you're going to go win that game. And like I said, as disappointed as I am with how it ended, you could say 5 minutes left in that Alabama game, and we're really, really close to really believing that we can go win. And there's moments throughout the season where you're like, man, as I thought we were really close, and we're not as close as I thought. And you could point to a lot of things that went on or happened. From a football standpoint, there's hurricanes, there's quarterback change, there's a lot of things that happen, but everybody in the country is dealing with the same thing. And I think the people that can figure out how to deal with adversity, whatever form that comes in, and be able to overcome it, you're going to have a chance to go win.
Coach, playing in a bowl game last year, you got a database for this year. Is that an advantage?
I think you're able to look back at what worked, what didn't. The guys that have been there understand, man, like our process was a year ago pretty good in terms of being able to go prepare for a game where you're a week away from your normal preparation. So I think they understand. I think we understand. We've tweaked some things. This is so different because you've got such a long trip and it's such a change of scenery that you can obviously create a bunch of distractions. The key is going to be, are we there to win the game, or are we there to enjoy our time?